Imp of the Sun intertwines Peruvian culture into a Metroidvania. It is an interesting spin on the sea of games out there in this genre. With the cultural references and the cute main character, I knew I had to check this game out. With that, let's begin the review. In Imp of the Sun, you play as the imp Nin, who was born out of the sun's last spark. Nin is tasked with using the sun's flame powers to defeat the 4 keepers who stole the sun's power. During your journey, you are assisted by a number of characters, including Suyana, a small girl who gives hints as you explore, Izzy, who keeps track of your collectibles, and Quarry, whose role is to help you save your progress, level up, and he also provides the ability to fast travel. Imp of the Sun is a Metroidvania. What that means is you will have a complex map with certain areas unlocking once you get new skills. The platforming sections feel well thought out, with the puzzles feeling fun but never frustrating. During Imp of the Sun, you will travel through 4 distinct areas: a desert, a jungle, a mountain, and even underground. The goal is to defeat each of the area's boss, and then to finish the game you'll face a final boss which you must defeat. One issue is the fast travel doesn't open up for an area unless you find the map, which is an inconvenience more than anything. I would have liked it to open up as you find Quarry, the character that lets you fast travel. With that said, Imp of the Sun isn't the longest game out there and can be finished in about 4 to 5 hours for most players. As for the combat, it doesn't feel 100% fleshed out, as there is no option to dodge or shield yourself. The enemies also aren't too smart. Oftentimes they were falling off platforms during combat sections. Throughout Imp of the Sun, you'll be locked into battle areas and have to clear every last enemy before the game allows you to progress. And at times, enemies spawn outside of your field of vision whilst you are locked in these areas. So on occasion, I was left wondering why the room was not opening until I realised another enemy had spawned off screen once I'd beaten all the others in my field of vision. Finally, Imp of the Sun does actually have a second, harder difficulty level called Eclipse Mode. However, this only unlocks after a first full playthrough of the game. The music throughout Imp of the Sun feels inspired by the Peruvian culture. A mix of drums and flutes are identifiable throughout the game. It is really nice to listen to, and each of the 4 key areas has a distinct soundtrack to match. The sound effects like the flickering of flames and breaking of objects all work well within Imp of the Sun. There is minimal voice acting in this game, with some for the cutscenes and the occasional enemy that laughs. As I said earlier, the main character's design is one of the things that drew me into playing Imp of the Sun. Nin is so adorable. I thought imps were meant to be kind of scary looking, and this was the one time I was glad to be wrong. Overall, I like the character designs. I thought the art direction was very cohesive, and visually it was nice to look at. Also, the incorporation of the cultural references throughout was unique and added to the experience. One issue I had with the visuals is the lack of a detailed map. Being a Metroidvania, it could have been easy to get lost. Luckily, the entire game is small rather than a sprawling expanse. Still, some backtracking may be required if you're looking to get all the collectibles, so a detailed map would have come in handy in these instances. I would call Imp of the Sun a good game. It isn't at the top of its category, but its uniqueness allows it to stand on its own. The game's Peruvian-inspired artwork and music set the foundation for what is a genuinely charming adventure that is easy to be immersed in. I think it best suits a casual gamer who enjoys platforming and also really enjoys this kind of hand-drawn art style. Thanks for watching this review.